The awesome God of Jonah.
The port of Joppa was a famous port for many travelers during this time. It was a rich trade center that connected the three big continents, Asia, Africa, and Europe. People who are mostly traders from Asia and Africa pass by here to travel to Europe and back. So the sailors and passengers who were with Jonah were people from different places. It is important to know that these people worship different gods. Since Jonah really intended to run as far away from Nineveh as possible, he boarded the ship going to probably the farthest place known to them at that time, and that is Tarshish. Tarshish is already part of Spain in Europe. Tarshish is going northwest, while Nineveh is going northeast. Remember? Jonah really went in the opposite direction. We don't know exactly where in the sea the ship was when God sent the storm. Maybe they were not yet too far, since they tried to go back to land. What was for sure was that they were in the Mediterranean Sea. We have to remember that their ships before were not the same as the high technology, computer-operated, and sophisticated ships we have today. Jonah knew he would travel for a long time. When God sent the storm, the sailors and all passengers prayed hard to their gods. Did their gods answer? No, their gods did not help at all. Imagine how the captain felt when he saw Jonah sleeping soundly while all others were already in panic. When they cast lots, it fell on this weird man. Jonah really caught all of their attention. At that instant, they were all curious about him. In the midst of chaos, they managed to interview him. Why is this trouble happening? What is your job? Where are you from? What is your country? Of what people are you? So Jonah answered that he is a Hebrew. He fears the Lord, the God of heaven, the maker of the sea and dry land. He told them that he is God's servant, and he ran away from him. The storm worsened even more. By this time, the sailors already wondered about this amazing God who could chase Jonah even out to sea. Now, Jonah knew that the dilemma was because of him. When these sailors who worshipped different gods asked Jonah what to do, he made a crazy suggestion. He was so stubborn that he would rather be tossed to the sea and die than obey and preach God's message to the people of Nineveh. The sailors and other passengers did their best to help. Remember, most of these are traders who probably brought a lot of cargo for business. They were so afraid to die that they threw all their belongings into the water to lighten the load. They knew it would be very dangerous if they throw Jonah out to sea. They didn't want to kill Jonah, but their lives are at stake, so they did not have any other choice. Before they tossed him, the sailors prayed to the God of Jonah. These pagans who believed in other gods and idols acknowledged the God of Jonah and asked him not to charge them with Jonah's blood. With much fear, they threw Jonah into the raging sea. And just like that, the waves became still. The storm ceased. For them, it was a near-death experience. If you were one of the sailors or passengers, how would you feel? Wouldn't you be in awe of the God of this Hebrew prophet? The Bible says, these pagan men acknowledged the God of Jonah and feared him exceedingly. They personally witnessed and experienced how awesome he is and trembled in fear. That is also our verse of the day. Jonah 1:16. Then the man feared the Lord exceedingly and offered a sacrifice to the Lord and took vows. The Bible describes God as terribly awesome, meaning immeasurably great and beyond compare. It means He's just too high and amazing for our human minds to understand. Our response should be giving Him the highest respect, worship, and awe. Also, only God has the power to use Jonah's disobedience to draw unbelieving people to Him. God still made a way for His name to be magnified among other nations. He made sure that they would realize He is the only true God. This awesome God, the God of the Bible, is also our God. We should fear Him and tremble in His presence. He alone is God. He always deserves our reverence and worship.
Hoo-hoo!